Hi you guys, my name is Cherita. Oh, welcome to my channel. So I don't know if you know what time it is, but it's summertime. And summertime means my child is at home with me all day. And whilst I love it, I honestly have no time to film. Maybe I can do it when he's asleep, but that's me time. And I like me. So I'm sorry. But I ended up getting a day to myself, a whole day and a whole night to myself, to where I'm able to film a couple videos. So if you see the same shirt, the same face, the same bonnet, mind your business. Mind your business. Today is actually a good day to film because y'all's friend Jeffree Star posted a video and I watched it, so you didn't have to. And if you guys are interested in this video, go ahead and keep watching. Before I get started, make sure you click subscribe for new content whenever I post, and also do not forget to click the notification bell so that you are notified every single time that I post a video. So let's get started. And yes, do you guys love my bonnet? I'm about to make Monique mad and wear this bonnet in public. Bald with the, like, she's gonna be mad that I'm wearing a bonnet, but she's gonna be even more upset when she finds out that I'm bald underneath this bonnet. I get my haircut tomorrow, so y'all will see it. Y'all will see the hair tomorrow, whatever. So while I'm talking about the Jeffree Star video, I will be putting on makeup on this bare ass face. Also, ignore this bruise. If you have me on Twitter, you know. So a couple of days ago, or whatever, I don't know when I'm uploading this, but Jeffree Star had posted on his Snapchat that he was doing a video. You know, he was releasing a video that he's never done, a video that needed to happen, and blah, blah, blah. The thing about Jeffree, whenever he announces a video like this, it's usually because something happened, something dramatic happened, or whatever. Nothing dramatic happened. Like, literally, nobody has been checking for Jeffree Star. So I watched the video. Don't ask why. I don't know, people hate watch all the time. But I watched the video, and the video gave me very much like, what was that one video that he did a couple years ago called like Never Doing This Again or whatever? That's what the video reminded me of. It was very much like, we'll get into it. But if you haven't watched his Never Doing This Again video, where he was like sitting on his couch, if you watched that video, then you literally watched this video. So I don't remember what the video was titled, and I'll leave it somewhere here. But the video addressed literally nothing. It was one of those videos where he said things where if you don't follow him, all of the things that he said sounded good. All he kept saying was, I promise you, it was the same thing that he said in his other video. It was like, I'm sorry for what I did. Well, what'd you do, Jeffree? I'm not the person who I used to be. Who did you used to be? He literally addressed nothing. And for people who just take apologies for like face value, the same people that assumed that Trisha Paytas had changed, that's who this video was for. The video was for people who only like words, they don't care about actions. Because I know it's one of those stupid quotes, actions speak louder than words, but Jeffree has literally never shown action to anything. It's always, well, I apologize. And then when people bring up his narcissism, his racism, his sexual assault, all of it, people always go, well, he apologized. That's fine that he apologized, but did he change? And the answer is no. The answer is absolutely not. Somebody like Jeffree, like, he's upset that he's not on top anymore. And a lot of you guys will say, well, he said he doesn't care about that stuff. Of course he said that. He said that because he wants you to believe that. He wants you guys to believe that he's this good person that doesn't care about these superficial things, but he does. We'll talk about it. So right now, there's a lot of drama in the commentary. I don't even want to call it the beauty community. And that's probably another conversation for another day. There's a lot of other influencers in, if you're a commentary or drama channel, there's a lot of other people's names in our mouths right now, such as Trisha Paytas, Gabby Hanna, Shannon from Creep Show Art. There's a lot that's going on right now. And Jeffree Star is not a person that we're talking about. He's not in drama. There's no drama surrounding him. There's no drama in the beauty community. And that's another conversation, again, that we will have later. Long story short, people aren't talking about Jeffree. And we're going to get into why I talk about Jeffree. Because I know I'm going to come off as like this, oh, like you just hate Jeffree and da-da-da. We're going to get to why I talk about him a lot. The scary thing about this whole situation is drama channels, the drama channels who actually have pull and clout and, people believe everything that they say. These drama channels are going to use Jeffree's video to validate him in everything that he's done. If you guys watched his video that was like never doing this again, the video that he just put out is literally the same thing. And my whole thing is, why do you have to continue to put out the same video every year talking about how you have changed? Talking about how the old Jeffree Star has died. If you have changed, you don't have to reiterate those points, because if you've changed, you've changed. Again, actions speak louder than words. And I promise you, he makes the same videos year after year after year. So clearly he's continuing his patterns of behavior. Now, this video was unprovoked, 100% unprovoked. There was no drama. There was no nothing. He's just upset that people are talking about other people other than him. He's irrelevant. Nobody cares anymore. Every time he puts something out, he has to do a 2-for-1 sale. A buy one, get one free. Buy two, get one 50% off. He's understanding that he's not who he thinks he is anymore. Let's put it this way. So I don't follow, but TikTok pushes a lot of woke white people to my algorithm. And those woke white people are always talking about how Black Lives Matter and they're pro LGBTQIA+. And they talk a lot about just being a decent human being. But lately, I've noticed some of them have been like, hey, just to let you know, 2-3 years ago, I used to be a conservative. 2-3 years ago, I used to be this evangelical Christian. 2-3 years ago, I used to, and they say things, and I'm like, wait, y'all used to be like that? But I would never guess that they had that kind of hate in their heart because of the content that they post regularly. So Jeffree coming out here and being like, oh, the old Jeffree is dead. The old, I don't clap back at people and I don't want to expose people. Okay, but you have not shown that through your actions. Jeffree Star has not shown growth. If he has shown growth, he does not need to make the same video year after year after year. Actions speak louder than words, and his actions don't speak. All people can continue to say is, well, he apologized. Great. But did he change his actions? The answer is no. Like, I'm just tired of this. Oh, like I'm not a victim. I'm not saying that I haven't done anything. He took no accountability for any of the stuff that he's done in the past. He just goes, oh, we're not going to talk about what I did that was in the past and I've grown. Okay, so you're not going to talk about the sexual assault allegations and how you paid somebody off to not talk about it? You're not going to talk about that. Got it. Great. The racism, he's apologized for it, but who accepted those apologies? Because I can tell you it wasn't black people. I can tell you it was a lot of white people going, oh, well, Jeffree, we accept, you accept what? Because that apology was not meant for you. So I'm confused. He also talked about how he's like, oh, the pandemic has made me think about my life choices. But baby, I look like a clown. Didn't a lot of things make you reevaluate your life choices? Like, this isn't the first time that we've heard you say these things. Why are you saying the same thing over and over and over? And I know a lot of you guys are probably watching my video going, well, Cherita, you say the same things over and over and over. Okay, but I'm not trying to convince Jeffree that he's a good person. My whole situation is I'm trying to convince the fans that they're being duped. I'm trying to save the fans, because the fans are the ones that are being taken advantage of. Like, I feel like in my heart of hearts, I am helping victims. I feel like I'm being that person where I'm like, listen, like, Jeffree don't care about you and he never will. That's how I feel. Take it how you want it. But I don't feel like I'm bullying Jeffree. I feel like I'm trying to save people who are who like him. Just like with the Trisha Paytas situation. A lot of people were like, oh my God, I never knew that Trisha was, and I'm like, but how did you not know? Because a lot of people have been saying for years that Trisha ain't shit. A lot of people have been saying that. And then Jeffree says things like, oh, the pandemic allowed me to reflect and think. And it's like, well, you've said that before. You've used the reflect and think before. So I don't know. Like, I remember Peter Mon saying something along the lines of like, Jeffree is lonely in that house because I don't know if these are Peter's words, but these are my words, because he shooed everybody away. But I do know that Peter said something along the lines of like, Jeffree being in that house being lonely. And he said something about that in his video. And I'm like, oh, so you do watch drama commentary videos. Got it. Got it. Stop trying to make people feel bad for you, because they don't. And if they do, I feel bad for them, because I know it's easy to humanize people, but to humanize somebody who is constantly just being a POS, I can't get behind that. That's why I could never get behind like how people were like, oh my God, like, I didn't know that Trisha Paytas was still blah, 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 blah. I've been telling you that. That Trisha is not a good human being. And then like the comments in his on his video were so weird. A lot of people were like, yeah, like, this is the Jeffree that we love and appreciate and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, so you didn't care when he was calling Black people out of their name and calling them monkeys and referring to Black women as men. Y'all didn't care about that, because he not once did he say, this is what I did wrong. He didn't even say like, I was racist, I was sexist. He didn't say any of that. All he said was, it was in the past. Forgive me. How are you going to forgive somebody who can't even admit what they did wrong? And so many people were just like, You are such a good person. What? He was vague on purpose. He did not admit to the things that he said because he doesn't want people going back and going, ooh, he paid somebody not to say anything after he sexually assaulted them. Right. He talked about how he eats a lot of fast food and it's not good for his body, which I 1000% agree with. Y'all see these chins? Yeah, I get it. However, he talked about how he needs to stop, eating fast food, this, that, and the other. But did he ever bring up why he lied about drinking? And again, either he lied about drinking and being drunk, or he lied saying that he had never drank in his life. Either way, he lied. But of course, he doesn't want to bring that up. No. So I know a lot of people are like, well, why are you talking about Jeffree? Why are you still talking about Jeffree? So the reason why I talk about it is like what I mentioned earlier is we need to talk about it so that people understand why he's such a bad person. It reminds me of the people that go, oh, why do we talk about racism? If you just talk about it, it'll go away. No, because you need to have that conversation. You need to have that conversation so that other people who are like Jeffree don't make it. So like I said before, he said the things that he said, the way he said it is because he doesn't want people to go back and look up like Jeffree Star apology. And it's just him going, I apologize for the things that I've done. And a lot of people will take that because they like to humanize people, which I'm not mad at. You can humanize people, but they don't know that they're humanizing racism and sexism. They don't know what they're humanizing because Jeffree Star has never been like, hey, I called Jackie Aina a gorilla and I need to apologize for that. Or I referred to Makeup by Shayla as a man and I never, acknowledged that. He hasn't acknowledged all of his wrongdoings. All he said was, sorry for who I was. What? And people will always look for a way to find a way to validate what he says. Well, he apologized, you guys. Even though it's not your apology to accept, he apologized. It's the same thing with Trisha. Well, she apologized. The Black community did not forgive her apology. The DID community did not did not accept her apology. The trans community did not accept her apology. Like, there are so many things that these people do, but because they get on camera and they go, hi, you guys forgive them. But they've shown no sign of changed behavior. And that is the only form of apology that we are accepting in 2021. I said it in 2018, 2019, 2020, 2020. I've been saying it for years. Like I said, there are people who I follow on TikTok who they are very woke white people, and they'll come on, their page every once in a while and be like, yeah, I was an evangelical Christian. I hated gay people. I hated Black people. And I would have never known because their actions speak otherwise. And I'm not saying that these people need to be outwardly woke, but if they're still trash people who are being mean to their stands, who are blocking people for no reason, who are just, in general, just being pieces of shit, right. Jeffree will always have the bigger audience. People will watch less people of color or people who just don't mess with Jeffree, such as people like me, Tea Time, As Told by Kenya, Amanda BB. Like, there's a lot of people who, Audra, AR Stringer, there's so many people who have been warning y'all about these people, but because we don't have the same pull, we don't have the same views, people aren't going to listen to us for whatever reason. And this is a very sheeple mentality. A lot of people will be like, oh, you know Jeffree Star because he's got X amount of followers, but they don't care about us smaller people who have been talking about Jeffree and Trisha and Shane and all these white supremacists for years. We get labeled as race baiters. And I promise you, some of these white drama channels are going to use his video to validate him. How many of y'all just watched a white drama channel and are now watching this video? Probably none, because they push the white people in the algorithm because they do not want y'all to hear the truth. So I know at this point I'm screaming into the void. I understand that. The people who watch me are the people who watch me, and that's fine. But if one person listens to what I have to say and they go and they reevaluate their thoughts on these terrible human beings, specifically in this video, Jeffree Star, I feel like I've done my job. But of course, people aren't going to listen to me because I'm black. And I'm going to get labeled as a black person who just hates white people. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. I wish you guys would see the comments that I get on all my videos. But it is what it is. So long story short, Jeffree Star is still a piece of shit. And he has not apologized for anything that he has done. It's just like one of those things where you go, like, say you ran somebody's cat over with a car and you walk up to the person who owned that cat and you go, sorry, and then just drove off. You didn't ask to, like, you didn't ask if the cat was dead. You didn't ask if you could help with vet payments. You didn't ask for nothing. You just walked up to the person, you said, sorry, and drove off, and you just left it behind. That's how he is. Again, prove me wrong, please. I'll be waiting. All right, so that is it for today's video. I watched Jeffree Star's video, so you didn't have to. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. That helps me out a lot. Also, do not forget to link up with me on my social media, especially Twitter. All of that information will be down below in the description box. And if you want more of me, be sure to sign up for my Patreon or my membership here on YouTube. Please do not sign up for both. They both reap the same benefits. And until my next video, I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Give me up, I wanna. Gotta work, go berserk, I gotta. Know you gon' wake up. Know you gotta get your cake up. Don't matter if it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, it's my time,